On Monday, Florida State Police raided the home of COVID-19 whistleblower Rebecca Jones. Now, Rebecca Jones was Florida's former COVID-19 dashboard chief analyst.
Amazing.
So what she did is she basically was tracking hospitalizations in the state as a result of coronavirus. And so she was tracking those official numbers and making sure that everybody knew what the official coronavirus count was in the state. Very important to know, especially, like I said, during a pandemic. So now apparently Republicans had a problem with that, Ron DeSantis specifically, because according to Jones, the Florida Department of Health had pressured her to strategically align COVID-19 case data with Florida's goal to reopen the state. Basically, put simply, they wanted her to fudge numbers. And as a result, of course, of fudging the numbers, that would be beneficial politically to both Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, who at the time was still running his campaign for president. Now, she, of course, refused, as any person of principle would, and they ended up firing her. According to state records, they indicate that Jones was fired for violating health department policy by making public remarks about the data. So by being a whistleblower about the data that they were trying to fudge and letting people know that, hey, the state just asked me to fudge the data in order to help DeSantis politically, they said, oh, I can't believe you would share that with people. Oh, I can't believe you'd share the data. That's it, you're fired. Jesus. So now, that wasn't the end of her, of course, and her efforts. So she's a committed data scientist, a committed hero, wanting to make sure that everybody got accurate information about what was going on in Florida. So she went on to create and maintain her own independent version of that tracker outside of the state. So that's outside of the state government's control. And again, they did not like that at all. The governor, Governor DeSantis, didn't want to continue to be embarrassed by this person. And so finally, he decided to send the goons after her, the thugs in uniform, to try to stop her. So now, she tweeted this out yesterday. Quote, at 8:30 a.m. this morning, state police came to my house and took all of my hardware and tech. They were serving a warrant on my computer after DOH filed a complaint. They pointed a gun in my face. They pointed guns at my kids. So now, there's video that goes along with this. It's a little disturbing. Take a look.
Come outside. Outside.
Who else is in the house, ma'am?
My 2 children and my husband.
Where's your husband at?
Calm down. Calm down.
You want the children now?
Calm them all down.
Mr. Jones, come down the stairs. Now!
Police, come down now.
Search warrant.
Bring your
Come down the
children.
stairs.
My children!
Quinn, hang on. Let me clear the
He
house.
just pointed a gun at my children!
Jesus Christ. So there are more tweets of her describing what happened. Here's what she said. They took my phone and the computer I use every day to post case numbers in Florida and school cases for the entire country. So that's one of the new projects that she was doing as well, is she was making sure to track the coronavirus cases in schools. And so I know there's been a lot of a gigantic push for schools to reopen. They want schools to reopen, Republicans specifically, so that they can say, well, hey, look, schools are open, so I guess you're just going to have to go to work because, we're not going to pay for childcare. No, you don't expect us to pay for childcare. We're the government. We just want to send you back to work so that our donors continue to make money. And that's what it's all about, of course. And those coronavirus tracking numbers for COVID cases in school, again, one of the big narratives that was pushed by Republicans is, kids are immune. And if they're not immune, they're not going to get sick. Okay, well, a lot of children, you're right, don't get sick. That doesn't mean they're not a vector of disease and can't spread it to other people. And so that's one of the reasons, unfortunately, that I think that schools should remain closed And I know it's frustrating for a lot of parents, and I totally understand that. To homeschool your kids and also to work at home. Hey, you know what? I have a great idea. Why don't we pay people to not work during a pandemic? I mean, that would be a great idea, wouldn't it? I mean, just imagine if we had a government like every other government in the first world right now, which is paying people to stay home and not work by giving them sometimes up to 100% in some countries of what they would have made at their job through the government. Man, imagine if they would do that here in the richest country in the world. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Well, not here. Not in this country. No, of course not. Instead, they do this. They cover up the numbers. They try to fudge the numbers. And then when you go against that, they send the Gestapo after you. And that's what she said in one of her tweets. She said, they took the evidence of the corruption at the state level. They claimed it was about a security breach. This was DeSantis. He sent the Gestapo. Now the health department has alleged that she had, of course, hacked into the state emergency alert system. That's what they're saying. But again, remember, she went out there and publicly alleged that they wanted her to manipulate data for political reasons. So who's in the wrong here, right? Who do you believe? The people that are like, no, we want you to lie to fit a political agenda, or somebody is like, I just want people to be safe from coronavirus, and I'm just doing my job as a data analyst. So, no, you already know what I think. It's retaliation. She embarrassed the governor with facts and data and ruined their political advantage, right? And again, it's no surprise that they want to bury this. They want to bury the numbers because they don't care about you. They don't care about people's lives. They don't care about the citizens of Florida. It's all trying to go back to pretend that everything's normal so that business can open and workers can get back to work and they can start making money again. And that's it. And also, of course, to help Donald Trump politically. Now, that didn't happen. Donald Trump did not win the election, but he sure did win the state of Florida. Now, I do have to say that coronavirus, his response to it, Trump specifically, is one of the reasons that he didn't win this election. And it's also another reason why DeSantis is actually deeply unpopular in Florida now because of his disastrous result, disastrous handling of the coronavirus and the resulting deaths in Florida that so far we're really not even able to track. And it's just absolutely disgusting. Now, if the real numbers were out there, again, it would expose the terrible job that DeSantis has done in trying to keep his state safe during the pandemic. And instead of actually owning up and trying to do his job like he's supposed to, he sends the jackbooted thugs. Whatever happened to, and again, freedom, right? Whatever happened to freedom? This is like, I love how Republicans are always like, yeah, liberals sending the jackbooted thugs, come take your freedom. That's exactly what you did. It's exactly what you did. You go after an enemy of the state. It's disgusting. Great job, guys. Oh, aiming guns at children, by the way. Great. Yeah, she could have thrown a flash drive at you or sent a nasty email your way. You got to have your gun to protect yourself against that. Fascists. Fascism 101. That's what that is. I mean, again, I shouldn't be surprised it's Florida. Let me tell you, defund the police. Okay? Fucking ACAB, dude. If you're going to follow orders like that and point guns at children, no, fuck off. This is retaliation. That's what this is. And the good thing, though, is that she is not intimidated by this. And that just means that she is, of course, a very strong person. In fact, she said after this, you know what? No, I'm going to replace my laptop and I'm going to get back to work. I'm going to start, my website's back up. I'm going to get a new laptop and I'm going to start posting the numbers again tomorrow. And that's what that is. And so, look, it's funny because now we're relying on someone in Florida to do what the government is supposed to be doing. The state government, okay? And instead of helping and instead of doing their jobs, instead of reporting factual data, they're shutting people down. They're intimidating data analysts and they're menacing their families. If you enjoyed this video, please give us a like and share with your friends. You can subscribe and help out the channel by becoming a patron. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf, or you can become a channel member as well by hitting the join button below.